Welcome to Choices with Jeanette. I'm Jeanette Harris, and thank you all so much for watching Choices with Jeanette. My guest, Pamela Howard, London Lyrical Productions. And I asked her to come on. She's a songwriter and having some great success. But I wanted her to explain, how do you get the song out of you? And she's going to explain it.
It's internal. When I'm writing songs, it's just something that I hear. And I pretty much write the thoughts that I hear. It's just been embedded within, and it just flows.
Really?
Absolutely.
So where do you hear most of your songs? Someone says it was in the kitchen. Somebody else said it was driving.
If I'm driving my vehicle, I may have to pull over because I hear the songs. When I go to bed at night, I can't sleep because I hear lyrics and I have to jump up and write. I hear words everywhere I go. And I just took the initiative to get paper, and I started writing, and I've come up with so many songs, and I hear them. I don't try to write it. I just hear lyrics. Wow.
Yes. So you write in a lot of different genres?
Yes, absolutely. I write classical, hip-hop, pop, R&B, soul, gospel, just a variety of genres.
Writing songs, it's therapeutic.
Very therapeutic, Jeanette.
You were telling me about the song that when you had some thoughts about your mother. Your mother passed 15 years ago.
Yes, about 15 years ago.
But a song helped you heal.
Well, I never accepted her death, and when I got the call, I just absolutely was in shock. I couldn't believe it. And I didn't cry, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't cry. 2-3 weeks ago, I realized why I couldn't cry. It was disbelief and shock. So
that many years away?
Yeah, because I suppressed it because I didn't want to deal with it. I couldn't deal with
15 years?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But the song that you were able to
I felt her presence a few weeks ago. I just felt the presence because I needed closure on the death. And I stood up and I looked up to the heavens and I just started singing. And it's like she was there in the room with me. And I feel like we made peace at that point. And I was able to accept the death of my mom through the song. And it's like right there, we got closure, and I felt love. And it was just wonderful to be able to do that through music.
Wow.
Yes.
That is awesome. One of the things that I'm so proud of you, and I know this means a lot to you, is that one of your songs is a possible song that they'll use in a movie.
Yes.
How awesome is that?
Jeanette, it's really unbelievable. Someone out of the state heard the song that Dee sang, and I got a call, and they said they were blown away with that song and asked if I would be interested in writing a song to a movie that is being written right now. And absolutely, I absolutely said yes, I would, and we're working on that song right now as we speak.
So you have a lot of songs. Mm-hmm. About how many?
Probably 80 to 100, possibly.
Ooh.
Yes.
So you've been writing.
Yeah, and the very first song, my manager said, hey, I need you to make it radio ready, make it ready. So we went to the studio in November. We were done in about a week or two, and that's a song that people are receiving, and they're very receptive to that song. Wow. So that's the first one we put in place, and we're currently in the studio working on other songs right now.
Boy, you know you didn't have to mistreat me. Addicted to your love, and now I'm needy. You took advantage of me in my time of weakness, 'cause you knew I was all about pleasing you. Why did you use me when you knew the whole time you just abused me? Fell in love the first time I laid eyes on you. You took my breath away. Hey. Oh, I loved you, but you must have really hated me because of the harsh words you used to say to me. But I'm stuck on you, baby, and I just can't shake it. Foolishly thinking you come back and come save me. All of my friends say I must be crazy. Why did you use me when you knew the whole time you just abused me? Fell in love the first time I laid
of the song is D. Cooks.
D. Cooks.
She's getting ready to go to
She's headed to The Voice.
Audition for The Voice.
The Voice in 2 weeks, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's got to be exciting for her.
She's so thrilled. She can't wait. She has so much gratitude. She's waiting for that day, and she's headed out.
Well, the music is beautiful, too. And the music was done by?
Dominique German. He's here in Houston, a local musician. We actually are relatives.
Right.
Dominique played in the movie. As far as the music, Dear White People, his music was in that movie.
Oh, really?
So he's really fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic musician right here in Houston.
Right here in Houston.
Yeah, and the young man.
Houston has so much talent.
It does.
You know what I like about you?
What's that, Jeanette?
When I first came over to meet your crew, there were people there that may never know how to move in that industry. This is a different industry.
Very hard.
This is a different industry.
Get into.
So you were giving them a chance. You're giving them a chance. So that's what I like about you. You're giving people a chance, and that's what we have to do. We have to, you know, you're reaching out. People are helping you.
Absolutely, I'm being helped, so I'm reaching back to the community, and I want to give back. Someday I would like to serve as the liaison between the songwriter and maybe the record label, because there's so much raw talent right here in Houston. People just don't know we're available or they're out there, and my goal is to help as many people as I can to break into the industry, because I'm trying to break myself as we speak.
How important is a song to someone's success?
It's very, very important. You know, everybody wants a hit song, you know, and if you just can get that one hit, or people know that you have the potential to produce a hit, that determines whether it's going to make you or break you. And that's why I want to get my songs off. This first piece, if people could just give me an opportunity to just hear it and see what the other songs may flow like. Even though they're different genres, it's still different types of songs. So one song could determine whether you're going to be successful or not.
Wow.
Yes.
You're getting ready to debut another song this month.
Yes.
And so, what is that song all about?
That song's about love, relationship, and heartbreak.
Wow. Love, relationship, and heartbreak.
Yes.
Because sometimes all three of those are in that as a cluster.
It is.
Yeah, and so the song means what to you?
The song means a lot to me. It's a way to be expressive. It's a way to express your innermost thoughts. And it's also a way to heal. When you think you're in a relationship and it's not what you think it is, it's a way for you to accept and get closure.
Wow. Now, in the song, you said, tell me something. You have to tell me something. That's saying that in relationships, and when they don't work out, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes all of the relationships that we have don't work out. And sometimes people are in our life for a season. Sometimes they weren't in there for that reason that we ended up, you know, taking that to that point. But that person could have not been in your life for that reason. So you end up in a relationship that shouldn't have been a real relationship.
Absolutely, and you think you have something and you really don't.
I think, unfortunately, it's one of the saddest things that I've ever seen. I'll go ahead and say that for a person that's not fully invested, I think you should just let them know, because once a person is fully invested, it's when they detach, there's going to be skin and flesh that comes with it, and that's very painful. Yeah, unfortunately.
Skin and flesh.
Yeah, it comes off with it. It's like unhooking, you know, when you detach from that person. So I think what happens with a lot of couples is that they don't communicate well. And I think both couples, both individuals should communicate. Yeah, that's key.
So the song basically talks about accepting what you don't have, but you need that closure because you kind of want someone to let you know. Is it real? Is it not? And if not, it's okay, you know, but you do want closure from.
And it doesn't necessarily, we were talking earlier, and it doesn't necessarily mean that a person is in it for a year or a month. There are people who've been in relationships for 20 years, and the relationship was never
Never what you thought you had. So basically that's what the song talks about, you know. If we're going to go forward, we will. If not, we can go backwards. But I have to know something. You need to let me know something. And in the end, if that person doesn't let you know, you have to take the initiative and stand up and conclude that, okay, it's nothing. But in a sense, You want the closure. You want to hear it from the other person. You want to hear that. And if you don't, you have to have internal strength to where you gain the power to walk away.
Wow.
Pretty much.
For your own health.
Yes, absolutely. Your sanity, health, emotional state, absolutely.
Wow. So in that song, you had one statement that really resonated with me. And it was saying, was it something?
Or really nothing.
Or really nothing.
Absolutely. And then after that, I said, you have to tell me something. You have to tell me something.
Mm.
You know, even though in the end I realized we had nothing, but I still need you to tell me something, which gives you closure. And in anything you do, you want closure.
Ever feel something? Or was it really nothing? Did you ever feel something? Or was it really nothing? Did you ever feel some? What if I did those things to you? What else did I have left to do? I didn't expect to get hooked on your loving, 'cause in the end I knew we had nothing.
Wow. But why do we gravitate so much to love?
I just think it's something internal, something that we can't control sometimes. It's out of our hands. Mostly for, I think, females, sometimes it's hard to accept what's not there. You believe you have something and you want to make it work, and you do everything in your power to make it work. And sometimes it just doesn't, Jeanette. Sometimes it just doesn't.
But you know, a lot of times there are warning signs.
Absolutely.
They are. Mm-hmm. They're warning signs, and we ignore those warning signs.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Because we want comfort, and we want to have the love.
So why do you think we ignore the warning signs?
Because all of us want love, you know. Love makes us feel good. And as a matter of fact, and I hate to get scientific on it, but it's the same chemical that releases from food and from drug and from love. It's the same chemical, endorphins, in your brain that releases. So it makes us feel good. And who doesn't want to feel good? And so when we're with that person, even though they're not fully invested, the fact that they're there makes us feel so good. And that's better than being alone and feeling that pain.
And we see the warning signs, but we ignore those signs.
But even though there were warning signs, and like we were talking earlier, and you said a person will tell you. They'll tell you who they are, and we ignored that as well.
Absolutely, they'll tell you.
Even though all of that happened, it still does not minimize the pain.
It doesn't. It doesn't. That's what we have to build, internal strength and be strong and viable, you know. So it doesn't heal the pain, but at some point you have to conclude that if it's nothing, I'm going to move on. If it's something, I'm going to stay. But pain is pain, you know, regardless to what race you are, black, white, male, female, you know, we're going to feel some kind of pain if you ever in a relationship.
Wow.
But if you're not being treated fairly, you have to understand at some point, you have to move forward.
One of our people that we interviewed said something about you should know when you're being treated as an option. Watch this and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I would say enjoy the moment then. If that's the case, enjoy the moment. You know, maybe they only give you a night a week. Make the best out of that night. Maybe you get February 13th instead of the 15th, or you get the 16th instead of the 14th. Okay, cool. Make the best out of the 13th or the 15th. Be the best option you can be.
Come on, Damaris.
Look, I firmly believe in love. I firmly believe in relationships and marriage and doing things the right way. But we are all adults. And if you cannot sincerely understand when somebody is treating you like an option or doesn't want to give you the time you deserve, then you are going to get what's coming to you. So my logic is this: walk away and deserve better, or stay in it and make the best out of a bad situation. Just do wrong right.
You mind giving your email address? Because I want people to be able to reach you.
If they want to reach me, they can look me up at www.themayorsw.com, and they can read writing. But I just do want to clarify one thing. I very much believe that we all deserve to be treated right, but I also believe that we're all adults, and the worst thing you can do in life is lie to yourself or lie to other people. So if somebody's telling you how they feel, you have two options. You walk away and you do better, or you stay with that person and you continuously fall in this hole that's going to be harder and harder to get out of.
But sometimes people don't tell you what they really feel. They're lying.
People do lie, but you know what doesn't lie? Actions. So I can tell you anything all day. You can sit up here right now and tell me that you work for Choices and that you're doing this, but if you had like a teardrop on your face and asked to give a 3-year-old candy, I'm not necessarily going to believe that you're writing about love and relationships. So I can tell you all day that I love you, I need you, I want you in my life, but I can't return your phone calls. I can't take you on dates. I can't, console you when you're having a bad day. If I can't do these things, then regardless of my words, my actions are showing you otherwise.
I think that's a lot of wisdom in that.
I think it's more common sense than wisdom. I don't consider myself to be the smartest man in the world. I don't have a wife. I don't have children. I'm just a guy who loves romance, who loves women, who loves the idea that doing things the right way is going to eventually pay off. And I think a lot of times we tell each other lies because it's easier to sell a book or sell yourself or sell a story when the truth is going to set you free regardless of your situation. We live in a beautiful city, a beautiful background. You want to spend your time stressing and wasting over someone who doesn't feel the same way about you.
Did you hear those 3 points he made? That we should have known. We should have known that we were an option and not the main person that person was in love with or had some potential of being with.
Okay, you're right. Sometimes we just want to hold on. We want to hold on to something that's not there because we're so emotionally attached to the relationship. And it's hard to break away, but that's when you have to somehow make a decision that if I'm not treated fairly, then I'm going to have to take some steps back. I'm going to do that. That's what you have to do if you're third party in a relationship. Build strength to move on.
Have you ever been in love with someone or liked someone and you thought they liked you as much and found out later on or somewhere down in the relationship that you were the only one that was feeling that way?
Yes. There's this guy, we've been together for like 10 months, and since I didn't want to give him sex, he pretty much dumped me. I thought it was going to be further, but he just ended it and just said, oh, it's not you, it's me. And then later on, he goes out with this other girl that's like in a model business. So he tries to woo her while he just puts me on the side.
So how did you take that?
Pretty much I took it harshly because it is 10 months and I thought I really liked that person a lot. But it hurt, but I just tried to be the tough one and just not be envy. So I just pretty much passed my life, just moved on, and I found somebody better.
Wow. So what made you think he liked you that much? Because it lasted 10 months?
Yeah, it lasted long. As me, I was very blind. When you love someone, you're very blind, and you pretty much deny them. And you feel and you believe that they actually love you the same way, but actually they don't. And other people around you can tell you that person's not looking at you the way that you're looking at them.
So what were some of the warning signs now that you look back? What were...
Well, one, he'll leave me for his friends. He'll pretty much didn't care what I do or where I go. It was just, oh, okay, whatever. And there's also, there's times where he doesn't, I guess, doesn't really think for others, just himself. He never really thought for me or say something that can really hurt my feelings. He just cared about his own.
So my last question to you is, are you happier now?
Yes, I am. I'm very happy. I'm very blessed, actually. So,
And so you found someone else,
yes, I did.
or someone else found you.
Yes. Actually, that person found me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So we hope that you have much success.
Thank you.
And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for joining me on Choices with Jeanette.
Absolutely. I'll be back.
Okay.